So, I'm on terra firma. I'm in Mosaran, just south of Cartagena, on the coast, and I was on my way to Almerimar, and then I had some problems with my gear, and I came in here, and I decided to take the boat on the hard to fix it. And this is what happened. Well, you know, on a sail drive like I do with the gear, there's the gear shift is done by oil, so it's not hydraulic, but it's driven by oil, by pumping oil above or beneath a cone that lets you gear shift from forward to aft. And that happened that I had a water leak probably on my sail drive, just about here behind the anode, which has been very nicely painted. Well, not the anode, it's been changed, but the sail drive has been painted. And I'm now waiting for the rubber gaskets to go around here. Anyway, the thing is fixed now, and as I got the boat on the hard anyway, I managed to have it painted, and I polished it so it looks gorgeous. Absolutely fantastic. There's a bit of a haze here, and that's caused by humidity now in the evening. I sailed down from Villanova with my good friend Alex, which is a, what should I call it? He's a competent crew member. Well, he's more than that. He is very competent, and he's also the musician that makes the music that I play on my videos. Well, most of it. I have another friend as well that do some of the music. But anyway, Alex is guilty of most of the music. A good friend and a good musician. And as I said, I'm on my way to Almerimar. Didn't film much during the voyage, which was 3 days coming down here. Then I had some rough weather and gear problems, so I sought harbour here and ended up spending 3 days. But at least the boat looks gorgeous. And I want to make this opportunity to give you a tour beneath the waterline, actually. The boat is a standard production Dufour 43 Classic. Has a very big rudder and an S-drive, sail drive, Volvo Penta engine. It's got a fin keel with a bulb on it, and the draft is 1.90 meters. Then, as you've seen in the previous video, this is my bow thruster, which is kind of like a torpedo mounted under the bow. The advantage is that the normal sail drive or a normal bow thruster would have a hole about here. It's close to the surface, and it makes a big hole here with a fairing, but this one is further down, and it has a greater effect on sideward movement, because these boats are very flat, and there's a wind catch on these, which is very substantial when there's a bit of wind. And in order to help us keep the bow off the wind in tight spaces, this is a fantastic help. As you can see, it's been painted and is beautiful now. And the sides, the hull has been polished. On this, the starboard side, there's no through holes, and all through holes are on the port side. And I have through holes here for the aft head, which are the sink in and out, and also the toilet in and out, and also the sink out. And here in the front, 2 of these are for the galley, and the rest, the 3 there, is toilet in and out, and also out from the sink. And this is my little wheel there, giving me speed. Hi there. 3 days ago I sought harbour in Mazaron on my way to Almerimar, and that was partly due to 2 things. Firstly, I'd been tacking to and from, and in fairly heavy seas, and during 24 hours I'd progressed about 15 miles up the coast here. And then also I did have a little bit of a problem by a leaking saltwater pump, so I took on some water, not a big amount, but enough to make a little bit of a oil spill, because it was running down the engine, and there's always a little bit of oil on the engine, and that was also coming onto the carpet downstairs when we were healing, and we were healing quite much. So I went into Mazaron, and then I took the oil pump off and had the sim rings and the ball bearings and the rubber gaskets changed. So that's fixed. And then I thought, yeah, maybe I should just take the occasion to take the boat on the hard, which I did. So I took it on the hard, painted it, and changed the anodes, and polished the hull. So it's in pristine state at the moment, which is very nice as well. And we're doing, actually I have the feeling, well, you don't know really, because I can't say that the same conditions apply now as earlier, and I had the feeling that it's going a slight bit faster than that. That's just a feeling. Well, anyway, the sea today is totally different. As you can see, we have now about, what do we have? We, at the moment, about 4 knots of wind, and the sea is almost totally flat. There's a slight swell, and we are doing 3 knots, which is why I deducted, or have the feeling, that we're actually going faster with the clean hull than with the dirty one, which is logic, but noticeably so, I think. Well, anyway, we have Mazaron behind us, going down the coast, and then Cabo de Gato, and then we'll turn to starboard in towards Almerimar. Hopefully we'll be there by tomorrow afternoon. And that's how things are at the moment. Very calm, very quiet, very comfortable. The only thing making a little bit of sound is the autopilot, boop, 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 the engine going to and from there. But that's okay. And we'll be having sunset in about half an hour, or slightly less, 20 minutes. Sailing on into the night. Very enjoyable. And then by midday, the day after, I was in Almerimar. And in the evening, sunsets and a nice view of the moon. I was having a good dinner and relaxing before I left the boat 2 days later.